Villanova is addressing the media.
I'd like to start by saying we really respect Ohio State and what a tough, intelligent team they are. We take pride in this victory because, you know, we watch a lot of film of them, and they're really good and well coached, and they're intelligent in how they defended us. Liddell is a beast, and Branham is a handful. We really struggled with him. And then I'm really proud of these guys, just proud of our leadership and proud of Colin and Jermaine, the way they've just been great leaders all season for this team, their whole careers. And Eric's got guts, man. That was a big time shot he hit. And but he's got confidence. He's a confident kid. That's what we love about him.
Questions for the student athletes, please raise your hand. Down here in the front. 1 second.
Mike Sealski from the Philadelphia Inquirer for Eric. Take us through the sequence that led you to the three, and you shoot 48% from there. No hesitation, no doubt, I imagine.
Yeah, I shot thousands of threes this year in practice and by myself in the gym. So, my teammates expect me to make the shot when I shoot it, so I just raised up and shot it.
Bill Landis from The Athletic. Colin, after Jamari Wheeler hit that three to bring it within two, Ohio State only made one more shot. The rest of the game was I think 5 minutes or so with only one made field goal. What do you think changed with y'all's defense to kind of lock them down there in the stretch after they had some success before that?
Yeah, I think we just continued to do what we do or did the entire game, and they had a stretch where they were hitting shot after shot, and we just said attitude, stuck together, and came together on the defensive end and just told each other, let's get this next stop, and just try to make the next play.
Terry Toohey from Delaware County Times. For Colin, take us through this sequence. Your end on Eric's shot, because you had backed him down and found him out there on the wing.
Yeah, that's something that we work on all the time, and they were playing Justin pretty tight on that side, and their big was kind of sitting in the lane, and Eric was wide open, and I have tons of confidence in him to step in and knock any shot down that he's going to take.
Colin Beasley from the Villanova. And for Jermaine, for much of this game, it was their first-round NBA guys versus you and Colin in the fifth years. What did you make of how key was your experience, and what did you make of their play?
They're a really talented physical team, especially Branham and Liddell. But we never viewed it as a, us versus them type of thing, like one-on-one matchup. We decided to play them as a team like we always do, dig into our concepts and, just try to make it as tough as possible on them. And, whatever happens after that, we were ready to accept the outcome.
John Fanta, Big East Digital Network. Eric, Coach just talked about two guys to your right and the leadership that they display. How would you define the leadership of Colin and Jermaine?
It's everything to the team. I would say it can't be overstated. They lead us on and off the court, just how to carry ourselves, like when we're walking around, when we're eating food, when we're watching film, like whatever it is, they lead us. So them leading us on the court, it just feels natural.
And just to follow Colin and Jermaine, I remember seeing you guys in San Antonio in 2018 in the corner of a locker room on the way to a national championship. This is different, but it's Michigan in San Antonio. How does that kind of fulfill the full circle nature of sort of your journeys here to be heading to the Sweet 16 and facing them in a place that you won a national championship?
Colin, you want to start that?
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. But, we're just happy to be moving on. We're taking it one day at a time, and we're just having a growth mindset. We want to go back this week, watch the film. We could get a lot better from it. There's a lot of things that we could do to get better this week and prepare for Michigan. We know how great of a team that they are and the difficulties that they present. So our coach is going to put together a great scouting report, but, yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Anything to add, Jermaine?
Yeah, same with Colin. I didn't think about it until you brought it up, but, that team is very battle-tested. They've been through a lot all year, and they're going to be ready to go. it is cool that it's in San Antonio, but again, we're just grateful to be a part of the Sweet 16.
Last question for the student athletes back here.
Yeah, Johnny McGonigal at the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. This is for Jermaine. When Colin is playing like he is early, I think he had 10 points to Ohio State 7. I mean, what's it like being on the court with him and when he's in that kind of mood?
It's great. I mean, if he's in a groove, then everybody's in the same type of groove. We're ready to make plays for him, and he's ready to make plays for us. We have the ultimate faith and trust in him. We see him work every single day, and anything he does, we just follow. Anything that he needs, we do, and that's the beauty of our team.
Thank you, gentlemen. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Good job, guys. Good job, buddy.
All right. Questions for Coach, please raise your hand. Go start right back here.
Austin Petalillo, Trend the Philly Hoops. Jay, about 10 years ago, you kind of started that run where it seemed like you couldn't get out of the first weekend, and now 3 out of the last 4, you've advanced past it. Did anything change with your philosophies, or what changed? Anything?
You know what? Actually, Austin, nothing really. I get that, and you're absolutely right. It's just part of the journey. You got to just accept what your journey is, and you got to learn from it. I think we played really good teams in the second round. I don't think we ever lost a second round game where we didn't show up to play, or so that. I mean, if that was the case, we would have changed some things. But I thought our guys brought it. I can give you a different story for each one, but never something that we thought, okay, we got to change what we're doing. We just understand like that's the experience of playing in the NCAA tournament. If you can get tough matchups, you can get a tough night, and as long as you're bringing great effort and great attitude every game, you accept what the outcome is. But we understand we have to answer to that. We get it.
Jay, Adam Jardy with the Columbus Dispatch. When you have a player like Colin that you can rely on, and he's been through the battles, how hard is it to find a player like that, and how much does that power success when you're trying to make a tournament run?
I'm going to answer your question and say it's really difficult to find guys like that. It is really difficult. Somehow, we have been blessed to have a number of guys like that. So I don't take it for granted that we're really fortunate. Someone like a Scotty Reynolds, we got lucky on. A Kyle Lowry, we got lucky on. Colin, we probably got lucky on too. Like we never expected this. We thought all the intangibles that he brings, we expected. To be able to go out and dominate games like he does, we did not. And it's so valuable to have somebody that is just going to make the right play. And it might be on the defensive end. There was a couple times Liddell got the ball in the post, and he came from the weak side and attacked the post. He makes every intelligent play to help you win a game. It's invaluable, and you don't go anywhere in this tournament without guys like that.
Mike Jensen, Philadelphia Inquirer. Jay, a little more on that. Was there a time in the second half, was it spoken by you or unspoken? There was a timeout where there was like, all right, Gillespie, it's time to do a couple of things.
I don't think we ever say that, Mike. No, we never say that. We all kind of feel it, and then we're running plays to put him in the decision maker position. And so sometimes, somebody else will get shots because he makes the right play. Sometimes he does, but that's what it is. Like he's the decision maker out there. We'll call a play for him to be the decision maker, then he'll determine who gets the shots. Kind of like a quarterback running a 2-minute drill. Like they're going to pick who they want to throw it to and who's open. That's what he does a great job of.
And if you were told in October that Dixon at the three-point line to get you to the Sweet 16, what would you thought?
I would think you're crazy. And not that we don't know that he's a good shooter, but to have the guts to take that shot there, because he had other options that it was part of that play. And Colin gave it to him, and I think you heard him say this. If Colin gives it to him there, I think they have the confidence. If Colin's giving it to me, that's telling me, go ahead and shoot it. He had other options. I give him a lot of credit, man. That's guts. And players just have that, man. If you're a player, you got to have guts, and he's got it.
Colin Beasley with the Villanova. And hey, Jay, with the in the final 5 minutes when Ohio State looked like it was charging, every one of your players looked like they'd been there before. How key was your experience tonight?
Yeah, I think it's a good point, Colin. You know, when you're playing great teams in big-time atmospheres like this, there's a lot of pressure there. When that team makes the run, if you haven't been there before and know that you can withstand that, and that this is what happens when you play great teams, and it's happened to you before, and you can fight through it. If you haven't done it, it's hard. You can panic. But all these guys have been there, you know, and I think the Big East tournament provides that for them. I think, you know, our game at UCLA, our game at Baylor, our game against Purdue, like those kind of games provide that for you, and it's really valuable.
Last question for Coach back here.
Hey, Coach, this is Okan with Sportco Media. Match Madness is all about advancing and surviving. So last game against Delaware, you had 5 players in double figures, and today I believe you had 4. What were some of the adjustments that you made within the team or even some of the players on the floor to advance?
Well, I think against Delaware, we were a lot more effective from the three-point line, and we were getting more threes. They did a great job of taking away our threes, and I think we did a good job of getting the ball inside, points in the paint. I think we had 26 points in the paint. And so, you know, that's what you've got to do at this time of the year. You've got to be able to, against different teams, see where you can be effective. You know, if you only have one way to do it, you're going to get knocked out early. So I was proud of our guys' recognition of that adjustment.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Jay Wright, the head coach of Villanova, taking his team to the Sweet 16. And he beat Ohio State 71-61. Colin Gillespie speaking of that growth mindset as they get set now to face Michigan in San Antonio. Highlights of this game coming up next.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.